Hey explorers, ready to unlock the best of Washington, D.C. This city's more than just monuments, it's a vibe that's packed with history, hidden gems, and epic adventures. Today, I'm bringing you the top 10 things that you need to do in DC, and I have a secret weapon to make it even better. I've teamed up with a local expert who's called the DC area home for 54 years, and they're spilling must-know local tips you do not want to miss. This is not just a list, it is your insider pass to the nation's capital. From iconic sites to off-the-grid spots, I've got you covered. So let's get started because number 5 is a total game changer you won't see coming. My name is Brandon and welcome to Travel Guides USA. Starting things off with number 10. Check out National Harbor. You will love this vibrant waterfront destination, perfect for first-timers looking to complement their DC adventure. Situated along the Potomac River, this bustling complex offers a mix of entertainment, dining, and scenic views, all about a 20-minute drive from the National Mall. This area also features the Gaylord National Resort with its massive atrium and seasonal events. Plus, the MGM National Harbor Casino is great for anyone feeling lucky. It's an easy escape from the city hustle with boat taxis available from DC's wharfs or free shuttles from nearby metro stations like King Street Old Town, making it a convenient add-on to your trip. Travel tip. I recommend riding the 180-foot tall Capitol Wheel for stunning views of the DC skyline, including the Washington Monument and the U.S. Capitol. Number 9. Head to a baseball game at Nationals Park. The Washington Nationals offer one of the best baseball stadiums in the big leagues. The energy is electric, the skyline views are unreal, and you've got to try a half-smoked from Ben's Chili Bowl inside the stadium, which is DC's iconic chili dog. Travel tip. You can take the Metro, Capitol Bike Share, or even drive to the ballpark. The center field gate is the closest to the Metro and parking garages, but beware, it can also get very crowded before the game. Number 8 takes us across the river to the Arlington National Cemetery. This is hallowed ground because over 400,000 veterans rest here. It's both humbling and yet beautiful. I recommend watching the changing of the guard at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. It's every hour, free, and unforgettable. Travel tip. The Arlington National Cemetery covers 639 acres and some parts are hilly, so be sure to wear comfortable shoes when you visit. Now, if you're visiting the DC area, then you'll need a place to stay. And as you can imagine, you're going to find a whole slew of different hotel options to choose from. But before you book, be sure to save some money by checking out plannin.com first. This new website is where you can save up to 40% off hotels in the DC area just by scanning my QR code link or clicking the link in the pinned comment of this video. Number 7. Explore the National Gallery of Art. You will love the free entry and over 3,000 pieces of art inside. I recommend hitting the East Building for modern art because it's less packed than the West Building. But be sure to take your time in both buildings because this place really is spectacular. And do not sleep on the 6-acre sculpture garden area. Travel tip. I recommend checking out the official website because they list out the must-see at the West and the East building, and they even list out the sculpture gardens must-sees. Number 6. Tour the U.S. Capitol. Visiting the U.S. Capitol building is a must for first-timers in D.C. You are going to get a front row seat to American democracy and stunning architecture. Located at the east end of the National Mall, this 288-foot tall icon, crowned by the Statue of Freedom, houses Congress and welcomes visitors to the Capitol Visitor Center, which is located beneath the East Front Plaza. You are going to love the free guided tours, which are bookable online in advance or sometimes available the same day. And these tours are going to take you through highlights like the Rotunda and the historical Old Senate and Old Supreme Court chambers. Travel tip. As you can imagine, this hour-long tour is extremely popular, so I always recommend booking a few days in advance if you're able to guarantee your spot. Now everyone loves some good tips from a local to the area. This is why I reached out to Cabell Fouché, a local real estate agent who has lived in Northern Virginia his entire life. Now you know he has some valuable tips, so let's get into them. He recommends going to check out the Old Town Alexandria area. Now this beautiful historical district runs along the beautiful Potomac River. This area really is awesome to sit back and relax and explore, and be sure to get your camera ready. It's a popular destination for tourists and locals, offering boutique shops, restaurants, and a rich history tied to early American figures like George Washington. If you're looking to try some of the best restaurants in the DC area, then you really need to check out the Wharf. Some of these restaurants even offer some great views of the water down below. This area is DC's most popular restaurant destination. Located right across the river is a wonderful bakery and cafe called Bayou Bakery. And since we're on the subject of food, a visit to the DC area is not complete without a stop at the Italian store. This family-owned gourmet Italian specialty shop offers tons of great Italian products to purchase and by far the best Italian subs around. Oh, and by the way, their New York-style pizza is always highly recommended. Now these next 3 local tips from Cabell really will get you away from the hustle and bustle in the DC area about 20 minutes west. And the reason why is everyone who visits the DC area really needs to take in the beauty of Northern Virginia. He recommends going to check out some waterfalls and nature when you visit the Northern Virginia's Great Falls Park. Also during the summer, be sure to check out the lineup of the summer concert series at Northern Virginia's Wolf Trap concert venue. If you love some good wine, then you're going to love this. Did you know that you can find over 80 wineries in Virginia's Loudoun County? That right there is a reason to definitely fall in love with this area. Which brings me to this. While you're visiting this beautiful area of Virginia, honestly, good luck not falling in love with it. But the good news for you is that Northern Virginia is by far the best place to live in the entire DC metro area. And if you're looking at calling this area home, then I recommend contacting Cabell. Now I know a lot of you do not live in the DC area, and I know that a lot of you that are watching right now do. This is why I recommend reaching out to him. He focuses on Northern Virginia and helps people just like you find their perfect home. Anytime you're dealing with real estate, you really do want someone on your side to help you through the process every step of the way. And that is why Cabell is a fantastic agent in Northern Virginia. And now it's time for that game changer that I was talking about earlier in the video. Number 5, paddle the tidal basin. Rent a paddle boat that usually costs around $30 to $40 an hour and just glide past the Jefferson Memorial and the MLK Memorial. In spring, the cherry blossoms explode, which results in what feels like pure magic. This is not only a great way to see DC, it's also one of the most fun and most unique. Travel tip: go early, like 8 a.m. to beat the crowds, especially in blossom season. It's exercise, it's scenic, it's very popular, and it's a DC must-do. Number 4, snap a pic at the White House. Now sadly, you cannot go inside without a VIP invite, but this photo op really is iconic. And the north side's where the action's at because it's perfect for the I was here shot, but be sure to time it just right. This is why I recommend going early morning like 7 or 8 a.m. because it's golden. You're going to find fewer crowds, softer light, and you might even catch a sunrise glow. I also recommend going in late afternoon or early evening, especially for that warm golden hour look. Travel tip: hit the north fence on Pennsylvania Avenue. You're going to find fewer trees that block the view than the south side. Also, I recommend doing this on an empty stomach, because located just minutes away is the Old Ebbitt Grill, which offers a 4.6 rating on Google. Now, according to Cabell, this wonderful tavern is a must visit, and once you check out the reviews, the menu, and see the pics, you're gonna know why. Now, before I share with you the top 3 things to do in the DC area, if you're enjoying this video, then you'll want to check out my other top 10 videos. Also, if you don't mind, please take 1 second and give this video a like. That is by far the best way you can help support the channel Travel Guides USA, and I really do appreciate each like. Number 3, Climb the Washington Monument. Standing 555 feet above the National Mall is this marble glory, and you can take the elevator up for a 360-degree view of the Capitol, Lincoln, and the whole 9 yards. Tickets are only $1, which brings me to my next travel tip. Book online at recreation.gov weeks early if you can, because you must have a timed entry ticket to get in. The Washington Monument is DC's ultimate lookout, so do not miss it because it's also very, very popular. Also, did you know that it took forever to build the monument? 36 total years to be exact, from 1848 to 1884. Now, work did stop from 1854 to 1877 due to the Civil War and shortage of funds. But the really cool thing is you can spot the color shift in the marble about 150 feet up where they switch quarries post-pause. Number 2. Dive into the Smithsonian museums. Washington, D.C. is home to some of the best museums in the entire world. This is why every top 10 out there tells you to make sure you take some time to enjoy them. And the crazy thing is that the Smithsonian museums are free to enter. Yes, all 17 of them. Air and Space has the Wright Flyer, the Natural History's got the Hope Diamond, and the American History flaunts the Star Spangled Banner. You could really spend a whole entire week just exploring all of DC's wonderful museums. Travel tip. I recommend arriving before opening. I'm talking around 9:30 or so. That way you get ahead of the crowds. These museums are free and world class, so do not miss out on them. Which brings me to the number one thing to do in the Washington, D.C. area, and that is stroll the National Mall. This 2-mile stretch from the Lincoln to the Capitol is D.C.'s beating heartbeat. Hit the memorials like the Lincoln, the Vietnam, the Martin Luther King, and then picnic on the grass as you enjoy and take in the epic skyline. The National Mall is free, it's massive, and it's unforgettable. And you're gonna find tons of great photo spots for that perfect selfie. Just promise me this, that you're going to enjoy every moment of exploring the National Mall and just soak it all in. This is how top-notch this attraction really is. Travel tip. I recommend visiting in the evening on a sunny day. Trust me on this, the way the sunset just shines on everything around you is pure bliss. If you're looking for some other great travel locations here in America that are family friendly, then be sure to check out the showcase video at the bottom of your screen. So there you have it, the top 10 things to do in the Washington, D.C. area. From paddling the Tidal Basin to soaking in the mall's history, this is a must-visit city. Now I want to know, what are you looking forward to doing the most in DC? Be sure to let me know in the comments, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Remember to smile today, be adventurous, and never stop traveling.